Hi everyone, I'm Chris Hibbs. I'm the Health and Wellness Director at the Wheeler branch, and today I want to talk to you about Zone Match. And Zone Match has to do with Myzone heart rate belts. If you have one, great. They're really effective. If you don't, we have a link on our Facebook group where you could purchase them at a really discounted price, and they'll send them right to your house. I really highly recommend it. They're an amazing tool. I use it all the time. But today I'm here to talk about the Zone Match feature that is in the that is part of the app. And basically, what the Zone Match is, it's just giving us cardio workouts to follow. Okay, and that's the real simple part about it. So, in Myzone, all your heart rates are based are all color coded. There's gray, blue, green, yellow, and red. And so what the Zone Match does is there's all these different workouts where it tells you which heart rate to be in, and you just try to follow along your best to move up and down in your heart rate to follow right along with the workout. And so you could really do it anywhere. I use it for a bike. I use it on my bike all the time. You could do it outside running. You could do it anything, honestly, that's more cardio based, where you could really have a little bit of control of your heart rate, where you could start and stop and slow down and work harder when you need to, depending on what zone you need to be in. So I'm here to talk about that, to promote it, also to just give you a couple tips to make you more successful. So the first thing is, where do you find it on the app? It's a little hidden, but once you find it once, obviously you know where to get it. So you're going to go on the app, you're going to click on the workout card. So if you see the red workout card right there on the app, you're going to click on that. Gets you to your main spot. This is where, if I had a heart rate belt on, it would show my zone right now, whatever I would be in. And if you see that it says ZM right there, you're going to click ZM, and then that's going to bring you to all these different workouts. Okay, if you could scroll, there's all these different workouts to follow. You could kind of see some are easier, some are in the lower heart rate zone, some are a lot of yellow and red like that one. Only do those on the days you really feel good and you're on a rock. But and then on the bottom, there's all, if you could go back and forth, there's different times. So there's workouts that range from 15 minutes long all the way up to an hour and everything in between. So 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30, 45, and 60 minutes. So you could pick whatever length you want to do, find which workout you want to do, press load, and then play, and it goes, and it prompts you right along. You'll hear some beeps when you're 30 seconds away from changing zones, and it's really easy once you get started. And so let's see. I wrote a little list here to kind of make sure I cover everything. So times. So there's all those different times at the bottom. One thing that you will notice is when you first start, your body gets into your heart rate zones, goes up and down, honestly, a lot easier when you're really warmed up. So in the beginning, it might seem like you're working really hard to get it up into the blue zone or the green or even yellow or whatever. But as you go along and your body warms up and you've gone up and down in the zones a couple times, you'll find it a lot easier to get up into those higher zones. And also, probably once in a while, you'll find it where your heart rate keeps going up more higher than you want to be, and you'll try to have to kind of ease up a little to keep your heart rate down where you need to be for that zone. So just expect that. Expect in the beginning it's going to feel like it's a lot harder to get in those zones. But as the time goes on, you'll feel better. One thing that I do, if I know if I'm going to do maybe a 30-minute, if I want to do like 45 minutes or even an hour long, I'll do one of the 15-minute easier ones to really get warmed up, and then I'll pick a half an hour or a 45-minute one, and I'm already warmed up and I could get rolling right off the bat. So that's just one thing that I've done. Another thing too is, so if you're moving into the heart rate zones, you're not going to immediately get into that zone as soon as it starts, because you have to take time for your heart rate to ramp up. So when you have the system's going to prompt you about 30 seconds before you have to make any sort of heart rate change. You kind of have to plan ahead. So if you know you need to go into the yellow zone, when it's about 30 seconds before yellow, you actually need to put up your resistance or start running harder or working harder, whatever you're doing. And it takes about a good 30 to 20 seconds to get up into that zone if you push hard. So you want to match it to be in that zone or close to it right when that time says, okay, you need to be in that yellow zone. So you don't want to start working hard and try to get in the yellow zone when it tells you to be in there. You have to plan a little ahead. So your heart rate will start to move up. You'll stay in that other zone you're currently in, and you'll start to see it creep up, and then you try your best to get into that next heart. Like, let's say you're moving up to yellow, to get up into yellow when you're supposed to be. And then on the opposite end, you got to plan when you're going to go, when you're bringing your heart rate down. So if you're up in yellow, even if you're up in red, then all of a sudden you need to go down to yellow, or yellow down to green, you need to plan ahead and just kind of really ease up, like take up all the tension, or even walk. Or sometimes I'll just stop because I know my heart rate's just going to sit there, and the only way I'm going to get it down to be in that right time is if I'm just literally sitting there, just watching my heart rate go down as the time is going down, hopefully to try to get there at the same time. Believe me, it takes a lot of trial and error. You're going to learn a lot about your body. And the one other thing about it that's great is it keeps your mind off of the exercise you're doing. You're keeping your mind on what you're doing with your heart rate. So the time flies by. It really does. And then the other thing that you want to do is it keeps your accuracy. Okay, so maybe when you first couple times you try this, your accuracy is going to be pretty low because it takes time. All these things I'm talking about, you have to learn about your body. How long do you think it takes you to get up to that zone? How long is your body going to recover and bring it back down again? But it recommends that the goal is for you to be like 80% accurate throughout your whole workout. And it always keeps a running tally of your accuracy throughout the whole workout from the first second to the end. So you could always see. And again, try it. You're not going to be perfect at it. You'll get better at it. But I really believe that once you start doing these workouts, you'll make the most out of your time that you have. You'll really make the most out of having that Myzone belt, and you'll burn a lot of calories. You'll get a lot of MEPS, and MEPS is the point system for how many minutes you're in each zone for Myzone if you don't have a Myzone belt yet. And I think that's it. So try it out. I highly recommend. I couldn't recommend it enough. Like, I use these all the time, and so if you have a belt, you have no excuse. You got to try these. If you don't, you could get one, and I don't give it a shot and have fun. All right, thanks. Bye, guys.